Morning. Yesterday I baled this field over here. And when I got done, I loaded up the grapple on the trailer. And I also wired up my valve here. And I just put, basically, use the end of an old extension cord from my Quick Connect. I got this one over here. I got this old scraper out here. This is what I used on it because it had 3 functions before I had a tractor that had 3 functions. I'm gonna head over to Dad's this morning and get this thing on his tractor, make sure my hoses are long enough to reach, see if the cable's long enough to reach, and then we'll cycle it and kind of test it out. And then I'm gonna get back here in time to rake the east field once the top dries off. Good morning, girl. Good morning. All right, let's head to Dad's. We're gonna hook up to this grapple here and get it off there, and we'll see what we need to do to get the hoses and everything hooked up. It's kind of difficult to hook it up while you're going up the ramp and everything, you know? So, all right, you're gonna set this thing down here. And we are going to see what we can do with our electrical line and our hoses. We got the grapple hooked up. We did try it. It does work, except for, once again, we're not gonna be able to rotate it because, I don't know, Dad doesn't have power up in his cab. It's got a cigarette lighter up there, and that's what we've used in the past, but I don't think it's got any power to it for some reason. So I don't know what's going on there, but every time you turn around, it's something. Take a stroll out here, look at Dad's hay real quick, and then I'm going to head home, rake my hay so it can be drying. It's heading yet again. Alright guys, I'm heading home. Go rake my hay. Hope it dries. See what happens. Alright, I just got back home. Looks like Kay's been playing in the water a little bit. Get his hat on. We're gonna check that hay real quick and then probably go do some raking. You've been playing? He had to come out and see me before I got up here. Say anything to the camera, Kate? Can you tell me what we're going to do? Yeah, we're going to check the hay. Yeah, and I'm making the assumption that it's going to be ready. We're going to go. Yeah, we're going to. Can you say we're going to rake the hay? Rake hay. What do you think about it, Chief? How's it look? Does it look dry? How does it feel? Does it feel good? How does it smell?
Yummy.
He said yummy, yummy. Gosh, it is just like a rag down underneath there. It's definitely not drying if we don't rake it. All right, got a little bit of fuel on this. Liquid gold, whatever you want to call it. $5 fuel. $4.71. This right here, that windrow and this windrow, the first two that I raked, this one here is the one I just raked. So there's about an extra, I don't know, 30 minutes drying time on this. And it's actually, man, it looks green, but it don't feel bad. Shoot, this might actually bale today, guys. Oh, there it is right there. There's the stuff that needs to dry. I've got it up off the ground, but it's still buried down in the windrow. I mean, there's still a lot of drying. It's 10 till noon, so it's probably the earliest I've gotten my hay raked in a long time, actually. Drying really, really well where it has the sun and air to it. The bottom, or whatever's underneath, it's not drying well. So, I'm actually gonna get the tractor and the rake. We're gonna flip all these again. I actually wish I had an inverter for this kind of stuff here. Just basically pick the windrow up, flip it over 180. I can do that with the rake, okay. But with this rake, with these windrows like they are, the size that they are, it's gonna plug pretty good. So I actually have to run the tractor on the windrow to smash it down a little bit. Otherwise, if it's big and fluffy, it won't go through the rake very good. So, alright guys, we are gonna try it. See what happens. I flipped it over, as you know, and it what I flipped up, the tough stuff that was up, that I got up to the top, is dried really well. There is some tough that's down in the windrow, and you know, with what I have to flip it with, you never can get it 100% flipped up right, you know. But we're gonna try it. That's what we're gonna do, and we'll see what happens. I got my fingers crossed. We did get this picked up out here. See it on the trailer up there. We're gonna jump on the old Oliver 1650 and see what we can get punched out with the 326 New Holland. Here goes nothing. Check our pressures. Well, if we can bale it, we're going to get several bales. How close they are there. Man, this feels really good. Crap, that bale's almost perfect, guys. All right, just to check here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 flakes in that bale. We really don't want to go any more than that. Come on, baby, please be another good one. That's pretty good. So what I'm gonna do, bale just a little bit more, and if I get any more of those really bad ones, I'm not baling anymore. All right, guys, so unless I discover something scary here, we're gonna bale. Got 40 bales so far. All I did was bale half of an end one down there, one down, 1.5 of an end one down here, not even all the way actually, so maybe one full end one down here, and then started back. Got 40 so far, so this will yield pretty good. And this is good out here. I think my main concerns are at the ends, the end rows. I think that just comes from driving on it so much, you know. Out here it's allowed to just lay like it needs to. Oh man, yeah. These bales are perfect. See that moisture there? It's crazy how much moisture is still on the ground. All right, 7 windrows baled, got 123 bales. This isn't a very big field either, but 123. I'm definitely gonna have more than the 200 I got sold out here. Got 200 I'm gonna take to the lady, and I really thought I'd probably have about 200, but 123, and I'm maybe half. It'll be closer to 300 actually. I'm not complaining though. That's a good thing. Let's check this bale out. Oh yeah, that's good. Good guys. Sorry I can't stay and chat. We got to bale some hay. She's a beaut, I tell you. 326 New Holland. 1650 Oliver. Very nice match. The only thing better would be a cab and air conditioner. It is what it is. good. They're good and solid. They're dry. Show you the pressure we're running at. Very, very low. Usually we're at 250, 260. Alright, we're ready. I'm going to focus on this patch over here because it's going to be shaded here pretty quick. So, get it done first, and then we'll do these last two out here. We'll be done. Alright guys, so we got 1, 2, and 3 bales that I'm going to have to erase from the counter. Got some grooves worn my needles. I need to get that fixed. I just haven't. But basically, every time I switch bundles, the knot gets hung up in that groove and it won't pull through. It happens every time. So had to do that. So I'm gonna have to trip it again to rethread. So we're gonna have to actually take 4 bales off of the counter. So fire this puppy up and trip it. This is it right here, guys. I'm gonna clean that up real good, but at least it's fine. Off we go. Whoop, whoop. On the counter, 315 bales. You can see that 315. I did have, I want to subtract 12 off of there because I had a little bit of a fiasco with switching over, and actually the bundle I switched over to had a bad spot in it, and that's where most of the problems came from. So we got 303 bales total, not including this 80 over here. So actually we got close to 400 bales. 294 bales over here. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Especially this over here yielded really good. Yielded really good for how early we got to this first cutting. And it's really good hay because we got to it early. So that's good. All right, we're gonna head over to Dad's. I think I'm not even gonna bring the stacker over here. Rather than pulling it back and forth and back and forth. And the lady I'm gonna be delivering hay to wants 200 bales. And the problem with that is if I stack them on edge from the stacker, I can't get 200 on. If I stack by hand, I can get 200 on. So if she ends up wanting the 200, I'll probably load those 200 by hand, and I'll just be left with less than 100 out there in the field, and we'll mess with that later. I'm gonna get the kids and Bethany, and we're gonna head over to Dad's. All right, guys, we're at Dad's, getting ready to go stack some hay, hopefully. And Dad doesn't really know how many bales he got because the spring broke on the counter. So gotta get us a new spring, but ain't about to not bale because you don't have a spring for the counter, right? Things are cleared out pretty decent. We still need to. We're gonna need to. I guess we can just stack in there by hand. We'll just get over here as close as we can to the wall, and then we'll just stack him in there by hand, I guess. I'm gonna try to do that with the grapple, but I think my hand will be as good as anything, really. Alright guys, we're getting ready to stack. Dad's field here. Like I said, don't really know how many bales there are. Dad's getting my wires. We forgot. Tires are looking good. I don't know, this front one over here looks a little suspicious. No, it's doing all right. All right, tire's good. All right, guys. First load of hay in the stack, going up to the barn. He had some pains, but we got it. There's a bale shape, bale density, and having a little bit of moisture in the bale. There's a few times I couldn't get them to go up the loader. They go up it, and it won't convey them. All that coupled with probably need to tighten that loader chain. Gosh, it's rough here. And then we got the pallet on there. Well, those teeth on the bottom flop forward and they get stuck in the pallet, so we had to deal with that. But we're getting ready to dump her off. Well, you guys can't see anymore, so this will be the end of the video for tonight. I'll catch up with you tomorrow and I'll let you know how we do.